Hey, what's going on, guys? It's GamerMan here, and welcome back to another mod review video. This one's going to be a little different than the previous mod review video, because we're not reviewing, like, a gajillion mods in, well, more like, I think it was like a total of, I actually forget how many mods were in it, but we are reviewing two mods today. One of them is the Overland Customs Pack, which allows you to customize the passenger cars into more of an Overland Limited style, and be able to paint them however you so wish, and design them in different color schemes. But you may be aware, if you've watched my live streams, about these beautiful beasts. Yes, the Streamlined P-43 and the Streamlined Atlantic. These engines are based off of the designs of the Milwaukee Road A and F7 class. Very cool locomotives. Absolutely love them. Look at the detail work on this shrouding. It's really well done. Now, the tender is obviously a tender swap mod as well. So both of them have swapped tenders. This is the Berkshire's tender, and I believe this is the Pacific's tender behind here. If we actually go out of here. Yeah, 15 tons. Yeah, this is one of the Pacific tenders right here, and this is the Berks tender. But look at them. I have them matching the passenger cars, but you can customize these to literally any color you want. The marker lights function, the headlights function, which is really cool. They absolutely work on both ends of the train, the tenders and, of course, on the locomotive. They both work, and they are just awesome. You need a couple extra mods like the logos and decals mod to make this function, and you need the other mod you need is the customizations mod, so that you can get the lining exactly how you want it. But just look at these brutes. They are so cool. Now we're going to take both of these out for a spin with this passenger train. It's a 10-car train, so it's a bit heavy for the Atlantic, but not super heavy for the Pacific. Should easily be able to handle it. And we're just going to do a really, really short run, because we're on the test track here. We are going to run from Bryson to Alarka Junction. It's not super long, but it's enough to basically say, here's some steep sections of the railroad. Do these engines stand up to the test of the railroad? The answer to that question is not going to surprise you. Now that we've got the Atlantic hooked up, you can also customize the names on the Atlantic and the Streamliner. They have this awesome little shield right here. Absolutely incredible. And you can customize this as well. There's only one problem with the streamlining. If you look back at the Pacific, you'll notice the streamlining's popped out of frame. If you get too far away from it, the streamlining doesn't quite match up. And so you'll see that popping out back and forth. The Atlantic does it as well. So if we back up quite a ways here, you'll see the Atlantic subframe essentially comes back. So they're built on the existing locomotives. So if you don't like the popping in and out, it's kind of a minor issue, but otherwise the mod is really darn cool if you're looking for that kind of Streamliner-esque vibe. But with that being said, I actually realize I need these controls. We're going to test them out. Now, the original Hiawatha A-Class and F7 class were steam locomotives, and the A-Class actually had a horn on it, and I believe the F7 class had a horn on it as well. But in this particular mod pack, you get the whistles of the steam locomotives protruding through the streamlining. And if you do actually go inside, you can see that in some aspects, the regular engine is still there. You still get the bell, and you still get the marker lights, which is really cool. And inside the cab, it's a little customized. Not by much, but it is in fact customized. The tender spacing, I'm thinking the tender spacing is still the same. I'm almost positive it's still the same. But yeah, the Atlantic is obviously still the base Atlantic, so you're not getting any extra power boost out of the locomotive. It is purely a design choice. It's purely design. So the only thing that you're really getting in terms of performance is the extended tender. And they cost the same amount for the Atlantic and the Pacific as a regular Pacific and a regular Atlantic. So you're not losing anything out, but you get the cool streamlining. We might actually just make this run all the way to Hemingway, just to see if it can handle this train. Because in theory, it should be able to handle this. But yeah, look at those passenger cars. You can even add, on some of these cars, you can add custom naming. But for some reason, I haven't gotten that to work yet. And I don't know why. Let's see if we can't get it to work on this car. Let's see. Nope, not that. Nope, not that. Baggage lettering. Default lettering in black. No? See, I don't understand. It should be working, but it isn't. You can also put marker lights on some of the cars now, so you can have front-facing or rear-facing marker lights. This just adds a nice stripe to the train, which actually, with that white and the gray, doesn't look too bad. You can change the letterboard, so the upper area here, you can change what it's colored. And the baggage lettering is supposed to show up, obviously, on the side of the baggage car. But there's other features, like for the other cars, you can put names underneath where the road numbers would go, and so on and so forth. And then with the Atlantic here, if we go into Equipment, Customize, and set the text to, say, Roast. Of course, it's going to clip out like high heaven, so you have to resize it using this awesome resize command that I was taught by my amazing friend. Okay, that is too small. Too small. How about 90? There we go. It's pretty darn good at 90. But yeah, these engines are pretty much the base engines. Now, you could, in theory, double-head the Streamliners, but I don't know why you would. But, yeah, they're awesome. I don't know exactly how long I've been going for here. About 7 minutes. Okay, not bad. But yeah, the Atlantic will struggle with a heavy train, so if you're going to use this in express service, and you're going to do the streamlining, I would say give it the open platform cars or the Palace cars, because these are the heavyweights, so it's going to struggle a little bit with these. Okay, for some reason, we got to Hemingway and I flipped the train around and now the lettering works. But yeah, you can put baggage lettering on the engine, or on at least the baggage cars. So we're going to move the Atlantic out of the way and then we're going to grab the Pacific. Alright, now we've got the Pacific hooked up and let's take it all the way back to Brayson. So if you were to take this shrouding off, it would look like the P-43 Pacific. Same thing with the Atlantic. So again, it's just a decal. It's not changing the performance of the locomotive. It's not giving it any buffs. But on this one and the Streamliner Atlantic, you have two hatches that you can open up for display. Well, not for display, but like you're in the cab. So if we go in the cab here, you'll see that the two hatches on the P-43 are still openable. You can still open them. Like, they still work, which is a nice touch. Warp speed! No, I'm kidding. I prefer my field of view somewhat normal. But yeah, this is an amazing mod. If you want something super sleek and super modernized on your railroad, I would really, honest to God, recommend getting these. If you want something that's just gonna blitz you, like if you're trying to really simulate like a high-speed express, and you've got the customizations mod, Lego Man's customizations, and Lego Man's liveries. Honest to God, go pick this up, because like these are beautiful machines, and these will be featured in the Railroader series. We're planning on at least getting one of each of these, hopefully, into the Railroader series at some point. But I want you guys in the comment section to tell me which one you'd rather see, or if you'd rather see both. There will be a poll when the episode comes up where we get to pick out one of these. So we'll take a look at it. I will say right now, with the conditions, the engines don't really brown that much. If you really look at them, they just get less shiny. The locomotive, at least, and the tender, it's kind of the same ordeal. Because if we go here, brown it, I mean, it does get relatively brown. Oh, shoot. And just like that, I've made a boo-boo. In the review video, I've derailed it. Emergency! Yeah, that was bound to happen in a review at some point. But yeah, there's proper browning for you. The inside engine itself will brown, but it appears the streamlining doesn't really brown too well in terms of a derailment. And of course, you know, the passenger cars, oh no, they didn't come off. But yeah, everything else browns on it when you come to a derailment. So really, really watch out for like the condition via this info screen, because otherwise you might not be able to tell that your engines are getting worn out. Rerail. Rerail, dang it. Shift R. Shift R? There we go. You have to find the right place for these cars. Shift R. But yeah, no, that is the review video, essentially. I guess you also got to see if they do derail. They will derail. If you have your like tilt set incorrectly, these things lean like a freaking whale. But they are still really cool pieces of equipment. Really freaking cool, and I strongly recommend going and checking them out. Like, look how tall they are. They're huge. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this review video. If you want to see more review videos of certain mods, let me know what mods you want to see. I apologize to the poor Streamliner. I didn't mean to wreck it. I'll send you the shops later. It'll be fine. Yeah, if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notification button, become part of the Gamer Team. Also, use my code GAMERTEAM at w.gg for 10% off your order. And yeah, with that, I'll see you next time.